All right, let's get started. Thank you everyone for joining us today for our webinar, Transforming Customer Experiences with Zendesk. My name is Sarah Reed. I'm the Director of Marketing here at BrainSell, and I will be your host for today's event. I'm actually particularly excited about this webinar. So we have a lot of customer service, customer experience, customer success professionals on the line today. We also have some sales and marketing and people from finance as well. And really, in order to transform customer experiences within your organization, it doesn't just sit with customer service functions anymore. It really is an organizational-wide effort. So glad to have all of you on the phone or on the webinar today. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping items. This will be a 45-minute presentation. We are recording the webinar and we will send it out via email to you. You'll likely see it in your inboxes tomorrow morning, and you can share it with colleagues. And then we will have a formal live Q&A at the end of the webinar, but please feel free to submit your questions in the question box at any time throughout the presentation, and we'll capture them. So for our presenters today, we have Allie Littman on the phone from BrainSell. She's a customer success manager at BrainSell, and she'll really be talking upfront about customer experience and the value of focusing on customer experience within your organization. And then Anna will be providing a demo of Zendesk. She's the senior solutions consultant there. So thank you both for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
And with that, I will kick things over to you, Allie.
Great, thanks, Sarah. So a little bit about BrainSell as we get going here. We were founded in 1994, and over the past 25 years, we've really grown from a pure software reseller to a true consultancy, working on people and progress and helping people, companies really become growth enabled. We help companies thrive by solving their business challenges with guidance and technology. And today in our portfolio includes a number of best-of-breed solutions and customer experience, ERP, CRM, business intelligence, and marketing automation technology. So today we're going to cover, in our webinar, we're going to cover the shift in customers' expectations, how to leverage technology to support today's customers, and then to see connected customer experience in action with an awesome Zendesk demo by Anna. So I'm really excited for that. And after that, we're going to do some live Q&A. So start teeing up your questions. You can put them into the question screen really at any time, and we'll go over them at the end. So as we jump in, I just want you to keep these two statistics in mind. First of all, 81% of consumers will leave you as a result of poor customer experience. I think we're really seeing the shift in expectations of the customer. And according to the Forrester research, businesses that are customer experience leaders actually grow revenue 5 times faster than businesses that are customer experience laggards. So what's the bottom line? Superior customer support is how great businesses differentiate themselves from competition and earn their customers' trust, and therefore business over and over again. But most businesses can't keep up with the changing customer expectations. With the proliferation of communication channels and ongoing digital transformation of businesses, delivering seamless personal support efficiently and at scale is really challenging. What ends up happening is that despite best intentions to provide better customer experience, companies don't have the technology they need to succeed. They're held back by disconnected data sources, siloed systems and channels, and solutions that treat customers like tickets and not humans. Better customer experiences start when you center yourself around your customers. To deliver truly personal support efficiently and at scale, you need a complete understanding of your customers and their relationship with your business. In a couple minutes here, I'm really excited to show you how Zendesk enables businesses to do this by creating a seamless customer experience that will increase customer satisfaction and drive repeat business. But first, I want to share some statistics from Zendesk's benchmark study report on the ROI of moving to a connected customer support platform. 84% of businesses reported higher first-time replies, 69% reported higher first-time resolutions, 61% experienced lower requester wait time during business hours, and 87% experienced more replies. So that's not a case for ROI. I'm not sure what is. All right, I'm so excited to show you the platform. So I'm going to hand it over to Anna, and we'll let you take it away. All right, Anna, I think you might be muted.
Sorry, I was on mute.
You're okay.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Anna Mogavero. I am a senior solutions consultant for Zendesk. I'm actually based in Austin, Texas. If y'all have ever been down here, it is awesome and very hot. So I am so excited to show you guys Zendesk today and just a quick overview of what you guys are going to be seeing. So we're going to start today's quick little demonstration with an overview of how your customers can actually get support. So how they can reach out to you guys as a sales org or a support org, and how they can self-serve. Then we're going to move on to the agent side of things, and then we're going to look at a little bit of reporting and how you guys can start making really valuable business insight level decisions by looking at the operations of your support organization in a very clear and simple way. So what you are looking at here on my screen is an example of a self-service knowledge base that's been built using the Zendesk Guide product. We want to make sure that we have a kind of a first level of defense for your customers to come to and get self-service information before they ever even open up a ticket. This is just kind of one of those omni-channel paths in. We all know that most of us are kind of part of that googly generation at this point. Whenever something's broken, whenever you have a question, the first thing that most people want to do now is look something up and see if they can self-serve. So if I'm just curious about where my order is, I can go ahead and do a quick search, get a knowledge base article, and potentially self-serve without ever opening a ticket. In this way, you're ensuring a higher level of CSAT because I'm getting my question answered right away, and you're saving your agents time for more high-value activities. So that is way number one, that your customers can now talk to you. Zendesk also, of course, takes all of this and builds upon this with things like our answer bot technology. This little embeddable widget that you guys saw me pop open takes all of the power of your knowledge base in your support organization and puts it on any page you want. So let's say you have a shopping cart page. You can, with a quick copy and paste, embed this widget, which takes all of that knowledge base power and puts it in the shopping cart. So now we'll have a little bot that actually gets smarter over time and helps your customers find the exact knowledge base article that they need and doesn't force them to ever leave the shopping cart. So they can go ahead and hopefully make lots of purchases and place their orders and still get the help that they need, let's say answering shipping related questions directly from wherever they are on your website. I can go ahead and read that article directly from the web widget without ever having to leave. So that is the kind of second pathway to get support, still very much self-service oriented. Again, the value here is that we're looking to make sure that anything we can do to keep your agents super efficient and also help your customers get help right away is handled. Of course, there's going to be situations where I do need to actually talk to a human being, and I can initiate that from the web widget as well. So here I can initiate a live chat, request a call back or place a call, or leave a message, meaning fill out a form and actually open a ticket. And this is what Zendesk means when we're talking about a omni-channel solution. It means that regardless of whether I'm self-serving, regardless of whether I'm initiating a live chat, wanting to get somebody to call me back or place a phone call, potentially writing an email, or just filling out a form to open a ticket, all of that can be done from the same user interface. I can move between those channels as a customer very simply just by selecting which one I would like. And from the agent side of things, which you'll see in just a minute, you have that full contextual history of who you're talking to. So I'm going to go ahead and actually ask about my shipping. Shipping status. I always make a typo in every single demo I do. It's a joke at this point with folks that work with me, so please pardon me. Status. Keep in mind also all of these fields totally customizable. They can be conditional, meaning that they'll only show a field based on the selection of a previous field. So do you know your tracking number? Yes. Okay, enter it below, that sort of thing. The fields can be required or not required. They can be checkboxes, drop-downs, really up to you. And we support attachments as well. So now I've gone ahead and submitted my ticket, and now I want to actually see what the agent side of things is going to be like. So let me go ahead and move on to that. This is where I always like to start when we're looking at the agent side of things. These are called views. Think of views sort of like queues. There are ways to flexibly and customizably organize your tickets or your requests by whatever conditions or characteristics are most relevant to your support organization. So I've kind of broken these down here into the type of inquiry we're likely to receive. So whether it's accounts or payments or shipping related, what channels we're serving as well, because if it's a text message or a phone call or a social media ticket, I might want to treat those requests differently. This can be all customizable down to a per agent level. So your agents will always know exactly what they should be working on, exactly where they are kind of in that queue process. I'm going to go ahead and grab my little misspelled ticket here. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and take it and assign it to myself. If I wanted to assign it to somebody else, I could do that to a whole team. I could do that to an individual, lots of flexibility there. This is the form that y'all saw me fill out. And notice all of these very valuable tags here. These tags were automatically added to this ticket based on who the user is, based on the form that I've filled out, and based on information that we already have about your customers. I can also get a lot of that information by just clicking on either the little person icon or Rob's name here. So if we click on the person icon, we'll see information that's already stored in your Zendesk. Things like what the contact information is, what organization the customer represents, and any sort of user tags. The value of user tags is that we're able to prioritize, we're able to route requests, and of course, we're able to report in a very, very granular level. So let's say Rob is a VIP customer. I want to make sure every single time he has a shipping issue, it notifies a manager right away. That's an easily configurable point-and-click trigger. Also notice this interaction history. We're not just potentially pulling data from Zendesk. This is accessible via API to third-party data sources. What that means is that you can log information from Shopify, from your CRM systems, from any kind of third-party data store that you think is going to be relevant to your support organization, so they're not having to do that swivel chair effect and leave to see exactly how else the company has interacted with Rob. So those are just kind of the basics of what I want to be seeing as an agent before I ever start my work. Moving on to the actual day in the life, how do I respond to Rob? So all of my public replies, which is right here, are going to be copying Rob. Any internal notes are just used for internal collaboration. So if I wanted to say, let one of my coworkers know or get some collaboration help, I can do that directly from that UI as well. They'll be added as a follower to that ticket, and Rob will not be copied on anything that I write in the internal note. I can also, as an agent, access the knowledge capture application, which allows me to capture and access all of the knowledge-based content directly from the ticket interface as well. So that means that any articles that have been pre-made for agent usage can be accessed here as well. And I can easily link those articles to my responses. I could potentially even create knowledge. So we're making sure that we're leveraging your agent's experience and making sure that their great responses aren't going to be falling through the cracks. So you guys can create templates, and your more senior agents can start contributing to the creation of an ongoing useful knowledge base by creating knowledge on the fly. I could also initiate a phone call to Rob directly from here. And all of that then still lives in the same historical view as the rest of the ticket. So I'm going to go ahead and actually place that phone call. And you'll notice here that with Zendesk Talk, we have all these same call controls directly in the ticket interface that you guys are used to having on a traditional phone system or a cloud-based soft phone system. So I can transfer that call, I can pause it, I can mute and unmute, of course. And when I go ahead and hang up that call, not only will I then be able to report on it in our kind of analytics suite, but I will have the call recording listed in the historical view of that same ticket, as well as all of these call details, which I'll then be able to report on as well. If Rob had initiated a live chat, I could also have the ability to merge that live chat ticket into this ticket as well. So I'm always seeing a really great historical view of a conversation. If I wanted more insight as to Rob's interactions with support, I click on his name and I see all of his tickets, as well as additional information about him, his organization, the kind of customer that he is, and even his contributions to the Help Center. So that would be things that are votes or subscriptions or comments on any sort of Help Center content. Some other really neat things that I personally just really like about our platform is macros. So I love anything that can do a bunch of things for me all within a single click, and a macro makes that super, super simple. So I can even do something like this. So this is a macro that's doing quite a few things. You'll notice that it added some tags. I can tell because this is now blue. And it's initiated what's called a side conversation. A side conversation generates an email to anybody with an email address. So your support operations are no longer just the folks that work at your company. You can talk to your vendors, you can talk to your suppliers, you can talk to the shipping folks, and make sure that all of that conversation is, again, in the same contextual history of a ticket. So when Rob's calling in asking for shipping information, I can talk to the vendor that's supposed to be shipping that to him directly in the same interface. And with a macro, I can apply that macro with potentially a single click. And that side conversation will now live, again, in the historical body of the same ticket. So that means that we've had phone calls, we've had forms, we've had suggested articles, and we've had this side conversation and any responses that I've had back and forth with Rob, all within a single historical view. The final part of the agent experience that I think is very important to point out is this apps panel. I think you guys might have noticed this before, but because Zendesk is API first and is a very open, extensible ecosystem, we're able to partner with pretty much anybody else that has a similar kind of configuration setup. Our marketplace has approximately 900 pre-built integrations at this point. They vary from free little productivity boosters, things like this time tracker or showing related tickets, to third-party integrations, things like this that could potentially be populated by an ERP or a CRM. Salesforce, for example, is actually our #1 integration, as well as anything else that you guys could potentially even think about building yourselves. So if you have a homegrown CRM system, as long as that system is either API capable or uses some sort of API capable middleware, you could potentially bring that information into Zendesk as well. So we're all about making sure that we're a single source of truth for your customer data, ensuring that your support organization is able to look at a whole picture, serve your clients' needs on whatever channel they want, whether that's SMS text, phone calls, live chat, email, or that traditional form submission process, and do that all from a single, clean, and beautiful user interface. I think we're doing really well on time, y'all. At this point, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about reporting, because all of this is great, but if you can't get really deep insights about your support org, you might as well not even bother. So with Zendesk, our reporting is done through Zendesk Explore, which is our native BI tool. The big value here is how much is done out of the box for you. So it comes with about 200 to 300 pre-made dashboards representing each of the Zendesk flagship products. So the main dashboard that you're probably going to spend most of your time in is this Zendesk support dashboard. And it has got out-of-the-box metrics on pretty much anything you can think of related to support. If for some reason you don't see a metric that's important to you represented here, keep in mind that you can always custom make your own beautiful visual widgets, and those are all very simple to do as well. You can clone dashboards and make edits, which is kind of a little cheater way that I like to do it, or you can start from scratch and you don't have to know SQL or any of that kind of stuff. So let's just go ahead and change this date range to look at this past month. And we'll see that some of the metrics change. We've created 94 tickets. This is a representation of tickets created by hour, tickets created by day of the week, tickets created by date. You can split them out by channel. I always think this is really neat to look at. A lot of chat-related tickets have come in this month. A lot of web-related tickets as well, some email still, even some through social media, only 4% through voice. This is a nice reduction we like to see. For those of you that are still providing customer service largely through voice, it is one of the most expensive channels to serve your customers, and anything that you can do to kind of move this along a little bit and lower this number is always going to be kind of a cost savings that you should probably try to see if your business will support. I also, of course, like to look at assignee activity. So what are my agents actually doing? So in the last month, they've solved 100 tickets. Assignment to resolution is 0.2 hours. That's not bad. 91% one-touch tickets, pretty good. And let's see what they're actually doing when it comes to activity. So Mariano is crushing it. He's solved 23 tickets. That is very, very impressive. And his satisfaction score is 100%. I think this guy needs a promotion. Notice that Anna is nowhere actually on this list. I also just personally think that the satisfaction dashboard is really important. We had mentioned kind of previously at the beginning of the webinar how important customer satisfaction is, and that your customers will leave you if they don't have this experience. A little about me, I actually recently got married, and so as a result, I've had to go through the process of kind of renewing a lot of my accounts, changing my name and so forth. And in that process, I got such poor customer service from my auto insurance provider that I actually switched companies. And I had been with that initial car insurance company for about 5 years. And the experience was so negative that I switched to a more expensive competitor because I was just unwilling to put up with such poor customer service. So anything that you can do to measure and ensure high customer satisfaction in your end users is incredibly valuable for your business. And here we have an out-of-the-box dashboard. Zendesk supports a thumbs up, thumbs down kind of satisfaction module, potentially after every ticket, or you can choose to randomize that. And now you can quickly look at, okay, how are we doing? What are the comments? What is the percentage satisfaction score by date, by group, by ticket, by form, by channel? How are we doing as an organization? And just a little piece of customer experience trivia, chat is actually rated as the #1 satisfaction channel. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that it's a quick response rate. Folks really love that. So that's just also something to keep in mind. The final dashboard that I always like to focus and point out is this SLA dashboard. So this allows you guys to start being very, very strategic in how you serve your customers. It's not just, are we doing a good job serving them, but what about our different customer groups? So let's say we have that VIP group. Are they actually getting VIP treatment? This kind of 67% SLA achievement rate, I think, leaves quite a bit to be desired, and is probably a great opportunity to do some training with your internal support teams. There's also Zendesk dashboards for all of the other flagship products. So Zendesk Talk for the telephony component can quickly glean exactly like what our call statistics are, what are our agents doing, and all of this, again, can be customized, scheduled, and shared out. If there are executives that need to see exactly what your org has been doing, you can go ahead and have that automated. No more having to run these reports on Monday mornings or Friday afternoons. You know, go to happy hour, have a good weekend, because Zendesk Explorer will do that for you. I think that was most of what I actually had to cover from a demonstration perspective today. Keep in mind that everything you guys saw is very, very flexible and customizable. The best way to learn more is definitely going to be to talk to your BrainSell reps, make sure that you guys are having those strategic level conversations, and we at Zendesk would love to also be involved in those conversations and hope that you guys make the best out of your customer experience.
Wow, thanks, Anna. That was awesome. It was so cool to see the platform that way, especially really how it ties in with customer experience there on the front end, what the customer experience is when they come to your company for support. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We do have some questions rolling in, and let's see. I'm going to start with this.
Sorry, Allie, just a reminder, if you do have questions, we've had a couple come in. If you have more, please enter them into the question box now, and we'll try to get to all of them.
Great. Yeah, and Sarah, if you want to read off the questions, because I'm having trouble opening up that box.
Yep. So the first question that came in is, so you had mentioned the CRM integrations, Anna, but does this integrate with Sugar's CRM?
It could.
Maybe what other CRMs?
So like I said, we have about 900 out of the box integrations. So with Sugar, we would probably want to use the Sugar CRM app integration that's provided in our marketplace. So that's something that we can absolutely kind of talk about on another call.
Okay, great. And I know that, and Allie, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that we have a lot of Sugar customers that have integrate with Zendesk. So.
Yeah, we do. That's one of the very common integrations that we see, and actually it's a fabulous integration. Really gives your Zendesk users a 365-degree view of what's happening with that customer at any given time, and then likewise gives your sales agents and other people that are in your CRM the same thing, sort of a quick snapshot view into what tickets are open in Zendesk, and it integrates really well into Sugar's case module. So So it's a great integration. In addition, I have customers that are using it with Salesforce and HubSpot, other CRMs as well. So like Anna said, there's lots of CRM integrations out there, and really the sky is the limit with Zendesk in terms of flexibility and integrating that customer information right into the platform.
Exactly. Anything cloud-based, chances are that we already have an integration from a CRM perspective, and if for some reason we didn't, that's always something that could be built custom as well.
Yeah. Oh, and it's, you know, probably just in addition to that, it would be prudent to mention that Zendesk also has a CRM, Zendesk Sell. So if you are a very, very customer service-driven organization and you're looking for a great CRM, that might be something else that we can talk about.
Very cool. Okay, so the next question, Jim asks, how much does this cost? Everybody always has that question. What's the price?
Everybody always asks that question. So that's kind of, like most things kind of in SaaS, it's sold typically on a per agent price. There's a variety of packages, and then depending on what you guys need from a functionality perspective, and again, that's something that BrainSell can help you guys with and engage us as well. So there's different packages available based on your specific needs. The other thing though to keep in mind is that over research has actually proven that Zendesk has a lower total cost of ownership than pretty much any of our competitors when it comes to things like ongoing maintenance, the license cost, and implementation costs.
Got it.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that as well, one of the things that is so great about Zendesk's pricing model is that it's really flexible in terms of what your specific business needs. So if you're just getting your feet wet and managing tickets and maybe you don't need some of the channels, there is the option to add on some of the features a la carte as you go, which makes it really scalable for businesses of all sizes. In addition, they have great packaged pricing to buy these products together. So depending on what you need is kind of the runaround, but we're happy to help you figure out what you do need.
That's great. Okay, it looks like that's all the questions that we have today. So thank you again, both Allie and Anna. Any final thoughts before we wrap up this webinar?
Not from me.
All right. Okay, well, thank you all for attending today's webinar. Like we said at the beginning, we will be sending a recording of this out to you via email. Likely tomorrow morning, you'll see it in your inbox, and then we will follow up via phone as well to ensure that any questions that you have are answered. We also have a 14-day free trial available of the Zendesk Suite. So if you're interested in taking advantage of that, please reach out to us proactively, or we'll follow up with you to see if that's something that you're interested in. So again, thank you, Allie and Anna. Really great information, and thank you all to joining us.
Thank you all.
Great.
Have a good day.
Thanks, Sarah.
Bye.